Hey guys, it's G-Man. Welcome back to another anime reaction. Today, we're reacting to Dead Mount Death Play Episode 8. That is right. If you guys did not know, last week we watched Episode 7. And in that episode, we actually got to see, the Solitaire Phantom and then also the Firebug meet up and fight each other. But they both have similar interests where they're trying to figure out what's going on with our MC and who is he or what's the whole circumstance of that, and seeing if he's a bug in the system and we'll have to get rid of him. So those two will most likely team up. And also, can I just quickly say, the Solitaire Phantom, probably the coolest character in the series. He's just like a Joker character. He's really fun, but he's very playful about it. I don't know, man's just a menace. That's all you really need to know. And of course, our boy just messed up with his cousins, and they got a giant shark plushie, what we saw last episode. So the question is here today, what is going to happen? Is the Phantom Menace and Firebug going after our boy in this episode, or is there something else going to happen? That's what we're going to answer here today. If you guys did enjoy my anime reaction though, make sure to smash the like button, hit subscribe so you don't miss out future anime reactions, because later here, we'll be reacting to Cheat Skill in Another World, and of course, not Dr. Stone. The Eminence in Shadow got a second season announced, so I definitely will be reacting to that here later in October. So if you don't want to miss out on that, get subscribed. Of course, I will be breaking down today's anime reaction though, so if you do want the full length reaction, consider supporting me on Patreon, get access to full length anime reactions, exclusive anime reactions that I just don't post here on YouTube, and so much more. But for right now though, let's get into it.
今日からここに住まわせてもらおうと思って来たの。
So it looks like she's crashing here for the time being. Dude, how big is that shark plush? She has such a big shark plush. Like, that's like kind of like the $500 plush you buy for Pokemon, because they have those. They have like a, what is it, $500 Spiel plush that's like the size of a cushion. Like, I want to get one because it's really cute, but yeah, it doesn't make sense to buy. But yeah, that's ridiculous. Okay. So we're zooming off where she's crashing in, so she's making an introduction for herself. Can I just quickly say though, the buffer this morning has been pretty bad. I don't know why recently. There's been a lot of buffer recently with all the animes on my why I watch anime, which is unfortunate, but it's not the worst thing.
レイ・シャオユです。よろしくお願いします。
俺は黒谷匠だ。まあポルカの仕事仲間だな。このビルの周り、こっちを見張ってるような気配が増えてる。それにこの子。
以上です。
もうこの場所は篠山の人間にバレてる。だったらロザンさんの息がかかった護衛を派遣した方がいいってわけか。ただ。 So it looks like this person in front of us, there's a guy or girl, is supposedly a bodyguard, and then there's more agents nearby watching. And of course, the girl here, the shark girl, is just enjoying her time. But yeah, so they're kind of just watching each other for the time because he doesn't know what's going on to see if he's bad or not. Even though they realize he has good intention, she still wants to keep an eye on him because of that fact. I do find it funny though, she just like has a bunch of shark stuff, and she's a huge shark fan. Like, just enjoys like sharks. She's inside the plush. She's sleeping in the shark. What? You can sleep while standing up? そういえば、君はどうしてサヨさんの付き人に？
サヨお嬢様と名前が似ているという理由で選ばれました。
雑な理由だな。
お嬢様の護衛の他に、ポルカ様へ雑事を連絡する係も任されています。
Even though the guy's a butler, I'm pretty sure we can all assume that he's somebody who wants to get rid of our boy from the previous episode.
こいつはどうも。部署が少し違いましてね。お手数ですが、お付き合いお願いしますよ。篠山健さん。
So the police are really looking into this whole incident, man. Of course, these guys have this case for them, so it should be expected. So they're taking into account of possibility it's firebug. Damn. The guy's like, yeah, these guys have been a problem for our corporation because they burn clients and assets and just do stuff. But he's then roasting this guy because of the guy who escaped yesterday, the Phantom Solitaire. So he's just like roasting, but at the same time he's like, yeah, we would like them behind bars, you know what I'm saying? Who are those two in the back now? That's my question. Like, we got two random people in the back, no idea. So it looks like this guy, the other guy, is like able to tell like this Piaf instinct that somebody might be a killer, and he's thinking those two might be killers. I kind of find it interesting that we're kind of getting these two doing their good cop, bad cop kind of thing, but at the same time, they're trying to figure out the whole situation of everything going on. They're only doing their jobs, but there's so much going on now that at the point where it's like getting crazy, so they're like going news deep. So we got like maybe an evil corporation or some sort of assassination team. Then we got these guys who are just trying to figure out who's the bad guy, good guy kind of deal, and figure out what's going on with our boy. So it looks like that guy and then the grandfather have their own like thing. They're their own guys doing their own businesses to figure out what's going on. I feel like everyone should figure out what's up with the whole like son getting assassinated thing, and no one knows who's the culprit, so they're making assumptions. So I assume like they're both trying to protect the family, but at the same time they're trying to do good things. I don't know though. Maybe they're not both trying to protect the family, and more just trying to like well, maybe the grandfather is, but the other one isn't. Yeah, there's a lot more questions going on than the answers, so I assume it's that kind of deal. So it looks like they got a bed for her, and then the girl's sleeping in a shark thing, and she's like an assassin. Why is she half awake? Personality change? Oh, you know what? That makes a lot more sense. I forgot that he told the grandfather what's up, but he hasn't told anyone else. So it's like the whole situation with them is like you can't mess around with the boy. Like you should just be a bodyguard and just chill. I'm not gonna lie, this person sounds jealous. Oh, I just realized it. Okay, that makes more sense now. So long story short, all you need to know is this guy picked up the kid because the kid was part of some group of assassination who was supposed to be taking multiple types of different poisons, but in doing so she was kind of a failed product because of the fact that they considered them as tools, and so she couldn't survive. So it looks like he bought him off her father because technically they're only considered tools of assassination, because he couldn't absorb the poison, but he was rebuilt because of them and their tech. I assume he's partially robot then, or has some partial robot parts, because it seems like he wouldn't be able to move around with anything. And holy moly, sweet Jesus. Yeah. So the scene right here is really spicy. But yeah. So we now have a little bit more story about him. It's kind of a sad backstory, but at the same time, like that's how their life was. But he got bought off and got fixed up. So that's why he treats with the lordship with so much respect. It's because of the fact that he wants to be his son because he feels so ungrateful to him, but at the same time he doesn't like the original son, just to the fact that he feels envious of him for his current situation where he's been so loved and wasn't like part of an assassination family. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of concept. I'm not gonna lie, in the manga, the spicy scene that you saw right there was a lot more spicier. I ain't gonna cap. They really held back.
人間の美男美女に化けて王族をたぶらかす陰逆竜マルフィとか厄介者として恐れられてたけど帝国絢爛隊の将軍と恋に落ちて帝国が崩壊した時に将軍と駆け落ちしたはず。ドラゴンとの恋ロマンスだね。あとは蒸気竜ゴロンゾンとかエンジン竜ムルムとか。
So they're talking about dragons in his past life that have stories that had backstories. Like one had a relationship with a human but was a poison dragon, and this person's listening on them thinking that they're talking about mangas, but they're not talking about his real world. It's kind of like funny. She's eavesdropping and she can't comprehend it because she thinks this is some stories. That's funny though, that dragons in that world were a lot more like assassins. He thinks they're playing video games when he's doing his stuff. So it looks like we're getting a look at what the Phantom Soul 2 is doing now or something, I'd assume. So he's enjoying some VR while he's doing his thing. Looks like he's making a name for himself. Like he's letting himself to get taken pictures of, but even though he's like being trying to get hunted by the police and stuff. Bro runs into police at the same time. He's talking about how to use them. It looks like the firebug's watching nearby too, just to see what's up with him.
いきなりお店再開してお客さん来てくれるかな。
何日か休んじゃったからね。
あ、すいません。今日は午後から。あ？
よー。クラリッサの酒場以来だな。
Bruh. The police come in the place where like our boy's friends at. And of course there's a Dodger boy. Dude shivering on the desk. That's actually hilarious. So it looks like he's gonna read his fortune. Okay, so that was episode, I think it was episode 8, right? I'm pretty sure it was. So we just found out that our boy is now got a roommate and scores one of the people from the family, and at the same time he's got some people now watching him. So we now know the butler that's with her is an assassin, kind of like and butler at the same time. But she's just keeping tabs on him, but at the same time she kind of wants to get rid of him, even though like the lordship told her not to. And there's other people nearby too, but we're not entirely sure who or what. But yeah, and we also got some backstory about her whole story too, that she was like part of an assassination group, but long story short, she was defective, so she couldn't be used to, she was gonna get thrown off. But of course our son's, the kid MC's grandfather picked her up and repaired her, and now she feels indebted to him, at the same time grateful. But she also is kind of annoyed at the son, she finds envious because he has such a good life, because he's been shown so much love compared to her. But yeah, so we're gonna probably have some more interesting things go on between those two. But I find it funny when she's like observing them, right? She thinks they're talking about video games, playing video games and all this jazz. In reality, they're kind of just like planning their thing, talking about stories and comparison to their world and his world. And it's just like so silly that, you know, like some people in his world were like doing stuff like assassination stuff like that, and we get like a little story that a dragon, a venom dragon, because what sometimes they do is go into the kingdoms, kill the king, become king, or all that jazz. But this time it was more like she fell in love, and then of course the dragon made the guy, and then ran away, and then the king collapsed. Just like funny little side stories that you would probably like see in a novel or anything like that. Just seems kind of interesting like that. But now we know the police are hard on the case, trying to figure out what's going on. They checked up with the family, see what's going on there, even though the question was over. They also now know there's something going on with the son, because some reason there's something there. So they're just following up, and now they're going at the place where our guy's at. And of course, the guy who we know, the other cop, the bad cop, we'll call him that, who's been keeping an eye on the guy who's on the computers. Lily's they're both in the exact same room. So I wonder if they're gonna stumble upon him, or if he's just gonna barely get away. I think he'll most likely barely get away, but we'll of course see what happens with that though within next week's episode. If you guys enjoyed my anime reaction here today, make sure to smash the like button, get subscribed so you don't miss out on future anime reactions, and of course I will be breaking this down for YouTube, so if you do want the full length reaction, consider supporting my Patreon, always appreciated. But for right now though, oh wait, not for right now, but until then, I'll see you guys in another one. G-Man out.